I know Jackie Robbins since approximately 1978. I was a state prosecutor at the time, so I had the opportunity to engage in dialogue early in my legal career with her. So I've known her since 1978. I've known her ever since. I was a prosecutor for approximately 32 years, so our path crossed numerous times.
Jackie was my clinical instructor at the public defender clinic my last year of law school. Jackie had such an impact on me that I became a criminal defense lawyer. I was a criminal defense lawyer for 20 years before I became a judge.
I met Jackie in 2003 in response to an ad for a paralegal, and as fortune had it, I became her paralegal and worked for her for 4 years before going off to law school. I'm one of, I believe, 5 other paralegals who've gone off to law school, so she's slowly seeding the community with these new lawyers, budding attorneys. But that's when I met her, and I met her at an incredible time during her big case. She was working on the repeal of the death penalty with NMCDLA, and also on her own case, which was State v. Young and Lopez. That case involved the adequate funding of attorneys, and eventually the death penalty was dismissed because the state was not able to afford the death penalty.
My first recollection of Jackie Robbins was as a first-year law student, 1971. Jackie was I think she had just completed undergraduate school. I'd been out of school for several years. We had about 10 women in our class and about 90 men in our class. Jackie, I recall that she was a fierce advocate for women's rights. And Joe Goldberg was teaching a contracts class. He, in his wonderful style, wanted to find out a little bit about the students in the class, was asking different students where they were from, what their name was, that sort of thing. And then he would call on the students, and he'd say Ms. Smith, or is it Miss or Mrs.? And with the men, of course, he'd just say Mr. Smith, ask the question. And Jackie Robbins heard this a few times, and she said, "Hold it. I am not going to sit here and permit you to be asking the women whether it's Miss or Mrs. when all you have to do with the men is to say Mr." And Joe Goldberg, when she came out of her chair practically, he grabbed a chair, picked it up like a lion tamer, and said, "You've got me." And anyway, it just demonstrated to me that Jackie Robbins was not going to be any pushover. She was going to stand up for principles that she believed in, and I think she was a very principled person. And that's my first recollection.
As an opponent, I found her to be very hardworking, prepared, zealous, tireless, and always doing an excellent job for her clients. And I think that brought within the community that we worked in as trial lawyers, she had a lot of respect from prosecutors and, of course, defense attorneys for her hard work and as a lawyer, and always trying to look out for her clients.
She's always taught me to get along with other people. Everybody in the system is important, that it can't be done without each individual. I did a talk to the Hispanic bar a couple weeks ago, and in preparing for that, I realized that Jackie is the person that taught me civility, and civility being respect to all people in the profession, people that work in the courthouse, people that work in the jails. That's who Jackie is.
Jackie has made the legal community a better place because of her hard work, but she's also a good person. And I have a sense that, in my opinion, she has a real balance of community and what occurs in the community. And we did a lot of criminal cases together, but I think she also understands the role of prosecutors and understands the role of defense attorneys and how they play and how they serve the community if both sides are working together and working well together and have mutual respect for each other.
My sense is that her fierce advocacy of positions that she believes in has been borne out over time. As the chief of the public defender office, she certainly has demonstrated that. You know, I think she has been a very principled person. She believes in causes that she espouses. She also has a sense of humor. I recently served on a steering committee with Jackie in regard to our 40th reunion from graduation from law school, and we were talking about various issues, one of which was whether we should use pictures that were taken back in 1974 of the individuals so people would be able to recognize those people now 40 years later. Jackie said that she was opposed to that for two reasons, one of which was that she refused to have her picture taken in 1974 as a matter of principle. But so it shows that she's a principled person. But then she went on to explain that she could not now recall the principle upon which that decision was based. So she has a sense of humor about herself. And I think that she has a nice sense of humor which serves any lawyer well, and I know it served Jackie well in her career.
It didn't matter whether you were a paralegal or some support staff in the office or another lawyer. She had these excellent communication skills and coordination skills that we were all on the same team and we all were trying to reach the objective of the case and preparing it and for presentation, an actual presentation. So her people skills are excellent, and so she's just a good person and easy to work with and a good leader.
As a young lawyer, Jackie's been very inspiring to me. You'll see her walking on the streets of downtown Albuquerque carrying her statute book, her clipboard, and her case files and trudging to court. But she demonstrates that hard work and persistence is what wins the day and can make an impact. And you don't have to be the superstar attorney to do well in this kind of business and to have an impact on the community, and that's very inspiring to me.
I applied at the state public defender because of Jackie Robbins, and they asked me, if we don't hire you, what will you do? And I said, I will wait until you can hire me because this is the only thing I want to do. And that's because of Jackie Robbins.
Jackie's more than just a great lawyer. She's also an incredible person, a great friend, and someone who challenges you, recognizes the strengths that you have, and challenges you to push it to the next degree. She encourages all to become better lawyers and better people in our lives, and she appreciates people for the work that they do for her. You know, it's that kid-like enthusiasm that she has that gets you involved in the project. You're excited to be part of a project with her, and then she shows the appreciation afterwards, which keeps you coming back for more and more. So that's the Jackie Robbins I know.